Hi everyone. This one's going to be a little bit different, extra unscripted. I wanted to make this video because after this whole evacuation thing, I've had a lot of thoughts floating around my head, and I figured this might be a good way to kind of make sense of everything. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but we'll figure it out. Sorry, I don't know if you saw Sam in the background a second ago, but that's why I paused. But anyway, I guess where I'll start is the whole evacuation process. So we got the alert the day before, I think it was the day before, that there was we knew there was a fire in the area, so we knew there was a possibility of us being in the area that would need to be evacuated at some point. But we got the alert, and we had already packed everything. Like, we'd already gotten everything ready as much as we could. The alert was just, okay, serious time to get ready and do this. Here come the dogs. Hey, Apple. Hey, buddy. So, that part of things was not too bad. Sam came home from work, which I was surprised he did that, to be honest, but I'm glad he did. Because the next day we were outside with the sheep, kind of doing some planning about what was our plan this summer with them, where else could we make pastures, that type of thing. And then my phone went off, and that's when we found out we had the alert. So filmed that quick video, packed up everything in the car. Sam took most of our stuff and then went to go pick up our daughter in town. I packed up the animals, whatever was left, and then waited until the person who was coming to get the sheep came, helped him load them up, and off they went, and then off we went. We had planned originally to go into Fort St. John and just hole up in a hotel until this all passed, until we could go home. But a wrench was kind of thrown into our plan when Fort St. John itself ended up on evacuation alert. So we met up at his shop and decided what to do from there. We stayed at our friend James's, so huge thank you to James for taking us in. That was huge, and that was super helpful, and I cannot thank you enough for that. So we stayed there one night, and then after that we reassessed and realized that Fort St. John really wasn't under much threat. So we got a hotel just to get out of his hair and stayed there the rest of the time. The cats came with us, the dogs stayed at the shop, and then eventually we were allowed to go home, and the rest is kind of history. So when you get an evacuation alert, that's one thing. I mean, it's not the first time I've dealt with potential fires in my area, so that was really nothing new. But the evacuation order, that's the first time I've ever had to be ordered to leave my home. And if you've never been through that, that's scary. That's really scary. Leaving your house and not knowing what you're going to come back to is terrifying. So that first night, I don't think anyone got much sleep. But after that, we were able to come out here and take a look at things and realize that we were probably going to be okay. So we had neighbors who stayed and were able to keep us in the loop of what was going on around here, keep an eye on the place, because I heard there was problems with looters. But we were fine, so that was all good. Thanks to our neighbors for doing that. That was hugely helpful. Yeah, so I think it's really amazing, though, how much the community really comes together in an emergency like this. There were so many people who were willing to open their homes to strangers, who were willing to come and help people move animals and livestock and open their doors to strangers. And that's really amazing. There were people willing to help with anything they could. The firefighters and locals who were fighting fires, volunteering with their equipment and their lives to save people's homes. There's so many people to say thank you to, and so much to be thankful for. I don't think I can possibly fit it into this video, but I want you to know that gratitude is there for all of it. I see it. I appreciate it. So from here, I guess I'm gonna change the camera around so you can see. As you can see, it is still really smoky. You can see across the road now. Earlier you couldn't. But this is all smoke from the local wildfires, as well as from Alberta, where they're getting hit really hard still too. And yeah, I mean, obviously this is no good. You don't want smoke in the air. It's not great for breathing. I probably shouldn't be out in this, but here I am. Nature is my what's it called? My therapy. So I needed to be outside for a little bit. But I think as well, nature is kind of amazing. These fires, as devastating and deadly as they are, they're to some degree necessary. I mean, these ones are largely human caused, so that's no bueno. But nature does cause fires as well. I don't know why I'm walking in this direction. I guess I'm going to show you the trees we planted. But this is nature's way of cleaning up too. We've been very fortunate for a few years now with fires. We get the smoke, but we haven't been under threat of fires, so I guess we were due. And this is life. I mean, you live rural, you live in an area where fires are a possibility. This is, oh, a little frog. Hey, buddy. Cute. Anyway, this is a possibility. This is a reality that you face. But this is nature's way of cleaning up. These are the little maple trees we planted. You can see this one definitely is starting to grow on the ashes of Mako, our old German Shepherd. And then this one over here is also starting to, I don't know how well you can see that, it's not focusing very well. Kind of. Anyway, that one was on Stanley, her old cat's ashes. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, as I was saying, sorry, I know this is kind of hard to follow. My thoughts aren't the most coherent at the moment, but I'm doing my best. But yeah, this is nature's cleanup. So all this ash and smoke in the air, that was mostly things that were alive at one point, which is kind of morbid to think about. But plants and trees and some houses. Some people did lose their homes, so my heart goes out to those people. But all this is in the air right now and we're breathing it, which is kind of gross. But rain is on the way. The forecast was looking promising for rain, and a lot of rain. They're actually calling for flooding and flash flooding and stuff, so a little bit more than I think we need, but you know what, I'm not going to be picky at this point. We'll take the rain. But Earth has this amazing way of healing itself. With this rain, it'll clear the air, it'll mend the cracks in the earth from how dry it's been. And the wind will carry some of that away as well. And we'll have breathable air soon. But yeah, I think it's really amazing that the earth can heal itself like that. I mean, obviously it has its limits, and we should do our best to be stewards of the earth and take care of it properly. No point in damaging it unnecessarily, but that's what we're doing here, the regenerative agriculture, learning as much as we can to improve, leave the world a better place than we find it someday. But yeah, I think it's really amazing how, you know, when this rain falls, it'll heal these cracks, it'll carry the smoke out of the air, bury it into the ground, where eventually, I'm looking for something specific here. Hold on. Where'd it go? Eventually, here it is. It'll turn into new life. Like this little strawberry plant. Wild strawberries, look at that. Over here as well. They're everywhere when you look around. But all this smoke and ash will fall out of the air and go to nourish new life. And that's pretty cool. The earth is pretty amazing, and I think we should spend more time recognizing that. There's the sheep. If you're wondering, yes, they are going to be in this video. For a minute or two anyway. But look how green everything is now. Despite how dry it's been. This green pasture. How happy these sheep are. Full bellies, content. Chewing their cud. That field's greening up, that one's greening up. It's all just green now. Not that long ago, everything was brown and dry and dead from winter. But I know this has started to get a little bit hippie or philosophical, but I'm still an island girl at heart, I guess. Anyway, I won't drag on any longer, but I think that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. I really do appreciate all of you. And I guess I'll see you next time.